My name is Cynthia Chang. I'm an associate professor at the University of Washington in Bothell. I did a sabbatical at iDiv. I started in fall 2021 and finished in spring 2022. And my iDiv project was a synthesis project looking at synthesizing long-term natural succession data sets. And I was really interested in comparing natural succession studies to different types of restoration studies. And so I collaborated with Emma Laudesser and Stan Harpole, looking at the Restore database. And really, I was interested in understanding how scale and disturbance magnitude and disturbance type can really impact succession trajectories. And the idea is trying to understand how natural succession could kind of provide a baseline understanding for how communities can change through time, especially compared to human intervention like restoration, but also global change studies. So my other goal was to also compare natural succession data sets, that synthesis to existing synthesis studies with the core database, which is another SDiv working group looking at global change experiments led by Megan Avolio and Kim Komatsu and others. So really it was a big synthesis project that was really focused on understanding community change through time. So I spent most of my time there making connections with my collaborators, bringing together the different kinds of natural succession study sites that are data sets that I was interested in assembling, and also getting to know the restoration database and kind of what Emma and her colleagues working on there. And I also had the good fortune of joining John Chase's lab group, and there I got to learn about a lot of different ideas about synthesis of different data sets, but also just big picture kind of biodiversity questions. And so the outcomes that I'm hoping to get out of it, of course, publications, hoping to work with my collaborators on that. Right now, before I started my sabbatical, I had just gotten tenure. And so it was a really important time for me to really think about my career trajectory, thinking about eventually going up for full professor. Kind of the iDiv sabbatical was really important for me to give my research program some new life, go into a different direction, support for all of that. And for me in particular, UW Bothell is a primarily undergraduate institution, which means I only have undergraduates in my research labs. We don't have a master's or PhD program, and I spend a lot of my time teaching and doing service. And so for me in particular, going to iDiv was especially valuable because it gave me an opportunity to really reconnect with the field, but also other researchers who are thinking about really big ideas and synthesis techniques, and kind of talking to postdocs and other researchers in the field, which is something that I don't often get to do at my home institution. So that was really, really important for me to be kind of re-immersed in that environment and kind of get reinvigorated and excited about thinking about big questions in ecology again. And so overall, I'm super, super appreciative of all the support that I was given from iDiv. And I was able to actually build some new collaborative relationships that I wasn't even planning on. Kind of fortuitously, I was able to connect with Dr. Eric Halm, who is another sabbatical fellow, and we actually started a new side project looking at biocrusts on Mount St. Helens. He studies chemical ecology, and so we were able to start a new collaborative project from that, and that's super exciting for me. And so really, I just, I can't say enough great things about the sabbatical experience that I was provided by iDiv. And so my recommendation to those who are considering spending some time at iDiv, I say definitely go for it. They're beyond supportive about not just academically and research-wise, but also as a person. As a woman, I brought my family to Germany and a young child, and I couldn't have done it without iDiv support, providing support for childcare costs, but also just emergencies, anything that came up. They made sure that me and my daughter and my husband felt safe and, had everything that we needed to be successful at iDiv. And so I very much so appreciate my time there.